Are you wanting to know exactly how to apply to college since there's so many options? College is one of the biggest decisions you're ever going to make. My name is Neha Gupta, and I'm founder of Elite Private Tutors, as well as the author of a best-selling book called The 4-Year Plan. And I have been tutoring for over 15 years and have worked with thousands of students. And one of the biggest questions I get is all around the college process. Well, guess what? Applying to college is not a one-size-fits-all scenario. Because students are so different, colleges have learned to adapt by giving different options while doing the application process. So let's go through a few of the ones that most people know, but also some of the ones that are kind of new to others. The first one, early decision. Early decision is basically you telling the school that this is the only one that you want to go to. As in, if I get in anywhere else, I really don't care. I just want to go here. It shows a level of commitment that's higher than any other application deadline, and usually it's very early because they want to make sure that if they don't let you in, that you do have the opportunity to apply to other colleges. Now, let me tell you the two things about that. The first is that you get to find out probably by December if you got in or not, which is before all your friends do. The second thing is kind of a drawback if you're unsure about what you're doing, but it's legally binding, which means if you get accepted, you have to go. There is no other option, and it is highly frowned upon if you say no to that college. So just remember, you're kind of entering a legal contract when you apply early decision. So just remember that when you're choosing this application deadline. The second option is early action, which, as you can tell, it's my favorite. Early action is usually due around September, October, November-ish time, depending on the school, and it's not binding, which means you can apply to as many colleges as you want. It also helps you to get all your stuff done early or before school so that you don't have to think 100 times about your applications during your senior year. Early action is one of the best ways to do it, in my opinion. I recommend it to all my clients and students, and they love it. They don't have to think twice about their essays or resumes, and applications open August 1st, so you've got all this time to do it early and ahead of time. On top of it, you also find out way before the regular decision. So again, just getting to know ahead of time and really make a smart decision instead of waiting way late in the game. The third option, regular decision. This is usually for students that started a little later than needed for their application process. And usually the deadline is late November, December, or January. Regular decision means you won't find out till April or May where you're going to college. So just keep that in mind. But it is the third option. So let's say you apply to a lot of schools early action and you forgot about one or two because you wanted to add some more. You can always do the regular decision as well. Number 4, we've got rolling admissions. Rolling admissions means that there's not exactly a hard deadline. Many of the larger state schools offer this because they have so many applicants. The great thing, there's no fixed deadline, so you're not sweating before the deadline. But the bad thing is, you don't know how many people they're accepting and if there's a lot of spots left or a little. And that's why you really want to get that in early, because with rolling admissions, it's kind of ambiguous. So again, I always recommend applying early. Another option is open admissions. You're not going to see this very normally, but it's usually for community colleges where they have an open admission policy and it kind of forgives your academic performance. So if you weren't one of the top students or you struggled a lot, this also might be a good option for you to go to a community college first. And that's why open admissions is allowed, because they don't have deadlines at all. You could start fall or spring or any time with them. So open admissions typically found for online schools and community colleges. But if you're wanting to go to a 4-year standard university, you better start hitting those books. And the last one is deferred admissions. This is where either A, you applied early and they did not accept you, but they want to compare you to everybody else that's still applying regular, or B, you're wanting to defer your admission because you want to take a year off. If it's the first one, just remember you can submit a lot of extra things to let them know that you should really be at their college. If it's the second one, I'm sure that's a family decision on wanting to take a year off. And some schools will take that as an answer and some won't because of how high competition has gotten for college admissions. As you can tell, there's so many options for applying to college. And really, it's about finding the one that's right for you. Again, you know my recommendation is always early action. I tell everyone to get it done fast. And if you need any help with this whole process, I've created the e-course on how to get into college in 21 days. Yeah, 3 weeks and you can get into any college that you want through my video e-course. So definitely go to www.the4yearplan.com to learn more about the program. And I'll put the link in the description below. And definitely subscribe and like us for any tips that you'd like. And if this was helpful, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you.